Yes, as a Frontiers thing. This is weird.
Sonic's done a lot in 30 years. He's been a pioneer of the high-speed 2D platformer, an Olympic athlete, a respectable kart racing enthusiast,
Oh, I need to
a
turn
fighter,
that
a
off.
TV star, and a Hollywood blockbuster movie star as well. But he's never done open world, and Sonic Frontiers fixes to change that. I was fortunate enough to be one of the first people outside of Sonic Team to go hands-on with Sonic Frontiers, and let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue blur will fare in this unfamiliar genre, well, I think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. The first thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. There's no one for Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack, just wide open fields as far as the eye can see. There's an air of mystery in Sonic Frontiers, and it's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melody.
It looks gorgeous. That poppin' was absolutely disgusting though. Like, I can't believe that Poppin's there. Like, what? There's no way.
All of this is a very intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Izuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic series have taken different tones depending on their stories and themes. This time, these mysterious islands are the game's major setting.
What's up, the Gaming Joker? How are you, bro?
Artists have worked hard to create a mysterious mood. Of course, the big new change in Sonic Frontiers is the shift from purely linear levels to a huge open world where Sonic can freely run in any direction. But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers' gameplay, instead referring to its style as being open zone. Open world games like Zelda or other AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds. For Sonic, the core here is a 3D action game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in open space. What sets Sonic Frontiers apart is this different approach to an open game world. Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to see what Izuka-san means. Sonic Frontiers' open zone design is very different from any other open world I've played. It's a giant playground.
This looks sick though. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, the playthrough that they did kind of look like shit though, but like.
Or a speed ramp that sets you on a completely different path leading to some other collectible or reward. Or a line of
this is kind of lit, but it's so weird to see Sonic in an open world game. I'm not gonna lie, because like shit's just everywhere. There's so much railings, just random places and shit like that.
Non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost springs, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air
Is
all
Breath
around,
of the Wild but Sonic? Essentially,
totally
that's what they're
unusual
going
for a
for, it
Sonic game,
seems.
But it feels especially jarring in Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise very naturalistic
Word, that's what I was saying.
Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build, but this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final version. Beyond that, there are also a wide variety of puzzles and challenges that are littered throughout the zone, and completing them is how you uncover sections of your map. Most of these are very simple, requiring you to orient a statue the correct way, quickly hop back and forth between colored tiles, or use Sonic's new side loop ability to draw circles around certain objects in the environment to interact with them. The best ones, though, are the races against the clock where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time. The openness of Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton of fun, because you have to try and improvise a path to the end.
That poppin' is absolutely garbage.
There are some exceptions, but combat in traditional Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping, rolling, or using a homing attack into enemies at the right time. That changes in Sonic Frontiers, which now has you fighting all sorts of wandering enemies and mini-bosses.
He actually punched a man, finally.
An array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad, and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing. His homing attack also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes. One of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played is that there are usually
That looked kinda
multiple
sick.
ways to deal with specific enemies. Like, take for example this guy, who has an impenetrable shell that he can expand into spinning blades and throw at you. One way to deal with him is just to carefully time your homing attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small.
When
To
the rings
increase that
drop out,
window,
is
you can
always
either
the
parry the blades
iconic
and knock
sound.
them away right before they hit you, or you can even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle the enemy, which causes the shell to go flying upwards.
Bro, that move is lit.
Defeating these enemies will reward you with EXP that you can use to purchase new skills from a skill tree, which gives
Okay.
Sonic Frontiers a really nice feeling of power progression. Even
So it's
in just
RPG?
the relatively short amount of time that I played. Some
RPG
of the later skills
mechanics?
that you can get are just unbelievably cool. And it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies beyond just spins, jumps, and bumps. In addition to these smaller enemies, there are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the
shit looks
Titan to
fire,
slam
though.
the ground and then boost
Like,
up
they
its
made the
arm
game
in order
look
to reach the weak
amazing,
spots on its
but I
head.
just hope it
It's
really
an ambitious
plays
boss battle,
properly.
far
Like,
beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's also the part of the game that needs
but you
the
never
most
know.
work.
You really
Far
never
too
know.
often
You know what
I'd
I'm saying?
fly off the boss's arm without knowing why, or I'd get to the top and for some reason lack the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and defeat these bosses in order to
Oh,
collect
okay. You have
portal
to
gears,
go
which are
around certain
portals
shit too.
that lead to bite-sized linear stages, done in the style of previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of
Shit.
both old and new styles. These classic levels each come with a handful of optional goals, like beating the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and so on, with each goal rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds. Sonic Frontiers is an exciting new step forward for the Sonic series into uncharted territory, and based on my time with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed, and the big boss fights could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely.
Okay,
Thanks for
lit.
watching, and tune into IGN for more Sonic
Okay,
Frontiers coverage
that's
as
way
part of
better than
IGN
what they did
First.
last time and made it
for
look like
everything else,
absolute
keep it here
dog
on
shit.
IGN.
But like, I don't know, man. I'm hopeful for this because, like, it looks like it could be fun. Like, the game looks beautiful in my opinion, but just looking good isn't enough. It's like how I flamed Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like Pokemon doesn't look that great. It looks like shit, but like, you know, the game's gonna play well. So this is it. So this was supposed to be what was premiered 14 minutes ago. It's an 8-minute trailer. I mean, that's not that bad. Yeah, but the gameplay and everything else doesn't look. That's where I'm like, damn. If the gameplay is not good and it doesn't feel smooth and shit like that, then there's almost no point, right? Because it's just like, game could look as good as it wants to look, but like if it's dog shit, it's fucking dog shit, no matter what. But like, hopefully we get a beta or something like that we could like trial the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll be at least something from the things that were talked about in the Sonic Central. I mean, I guess, right? Like, wasn't the greatest. I mean, there was stuff that was cool in there, Sonic Origins, but how many times have those games been released? I don't know. The Sonic Frontiers gameplay looks dope, but it better play well. The pop-in was absolutely dog shit. The pop-in that I'm seeing on that screen was so bad, so sad. Oh my days. But this is the start of Summer Games Week type shit, where it's like we're gonna get a bunch of like Nintendo Directs. We're gonna have the Xbox One on Sunday, so I'm gonna be here for that one. Make sure you guys tune in for that. I'm gonna be live and then put it on YouTube as well. But that was it for Sonic Central, guys. Thank you for tuning in, Joker Dragons. Appreciate you guys for being here. Anybody else who's lurking over there on the YouTube or the Twitch. This was it then, I guess. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. What's that?